Hi, soul family. How are you? I've got you on my desk, my work desk, which leaves my my little area in front that I can work with my cards open. And I'm open to see the beautiful sky. It's gorgeous today. Shall I show you? Yes. All right. Let's see. How can I do this? It's beautiful outside. Let me just tap on the window so you can actually see the depth of it. It's very, very insanely windy. I've taken down most of my wind chimes because they were smashing into the window. Wind, man. Use this wind to blow it all away, right? All the junk. Look at that. My view. This view. I am blessed by this view every day. I am very, very grateful for this view while I am here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Quite an interesting morning for me. If you guys watched the first video that I posted, lessons in a cat box. That's what I should have titled it if I had enough room. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to turn the radio down just a squirt. I'm wondering if I should. Here, I'm all full of lips, kissable lips. I'm all. No, are they lips? Yeah, they are. I thought when I pulled them up, it looked like flowers in there, right? Message. Sometimes things aren't what they appear to be. I understand that. But you know what? Even when they aren't, and you choose to say or do so, there's reasons that things happen when they happen, as they happen. Because, and I take advantage of everything that Spirit shows me in my life, because I know that I'm being taught something, right? And I'm paying attention. So it might shift and the whole story might change, but the message that was sent out because of that was important to hear. If you're not following me, that's okay. Doesn't matter. The items that we want to work with today. Well, how about Pinnochio? The little a boy that was wanted so much that he was carved into wood. This man wanted this boy so much that he created him. Oh, I'm getting a message just in that. You know, you were so wanted. You were created for a reason. I'm also looking at the fact that his fingers they've been taken off. And what's funny is they almost look like he's flipping off the camera. I don't know why his fingers are damaged. But the tips of his fingers have been snipped right off. Touch, feeling. Because your fingertips are how you feel your way, right? Feel your way. So it's difficult for him to feel his way. His feelings have been damaged. That's why he's wooden, right? But he comes back to life after he realizes there's no reason for him to tell lies. Don't tell lies. Tell the truth. It's so windy. So I love this little boy. This looks like, it reminds me of my son, Devin. My son had brown eyes, though. It makes me think of the Titmouse, right? The Cherokee proverb of the little Indian boy who lied about something really, really important. And once, after, nobody believed anything he had to say because he'd lied. So it's very, very, very important not to lie. Tell the truth. My daughter used to call him Pinnochio. Pinnochio. So, a mouse. This mouse. I know who this mouse is. Pinnochio. Yes, I get it. Personal message to self. It's funny, you know, I always say things like that, and then later on I wonder am I going to remember what I was talking about? Remember what my message was that I got at that moment? So then I went into my my purse to get my lip gloss. I'll do it now. Because when I'm talking, my mouth gets really dry, right? And I found one of the rocks that one of the kids gave me at the farm, at Serenity's farm. It's Prosperity Farms. Good idea, good name to call it, right? You know what I saw yesterday? There was a truck, and I don't know what the business was, because all I saw was what they chose to grab people's attention with. And I thought, wow, I wouldn't want to grab attention with that negative title. Oh, smart. What was it that I said? Lessons in a cat box. There you go. That was a message to me. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to change that. Because a lot of people, well, the way people get everybody's attention on YouTube for your videos is like the title, right? That's what grabs you. And most people want to see something explosive, something shocking, or something that they want to hear. Like, your lover's on the way to get you, right? Or you're about to be reunited with the one you love, or you're getting married, or whatever. But that's not what they generally, let me look at the title. I'll give you some of the titles. It's a message to myself. And see, we have to pay attention to our own words that we speak, because we're giving ourselves our own answer as we speak. We're giving ourselves our own messages. And oftentimes, it takes quite a while. I told you guys sometimes it'll slip past me, but when I listen to the videos, when I go to add you know, the animal messengers or whatever, I have to add it into it. I don't ever edit anything out, but I'll listen and then I think, oh my gosh, I'm hearing other things. So you'll be surprised at the end. Here's one, right? Silently missing you. Not for the faint-hearted. I'm changing because of you. What a turnaround. Oh, this is a sentence in its own, like a story in its own, isn't it? These are all pretty nice ones. So where are the ones? Your lover is a horrible actor. Yeah. No more. I want. They want to make it official. I love this person. I love this one. What's her name? Awakening to Spirit. If you don't know who that is, go listen to her. I loved her. She's Canadian. I just love the way she teaches. She's always teaching with the spirit animals as well. Hers is light your deeper fire, back up, Gemini. They're keeping a secret. Don't rush it. Don't judge a book by its cover. Breaking free. Don't get blindsided by a liar. Let karma work its magic. Some of these are, you know, it's funny because I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to hear my whole story. Some secrets need to be told. Some secrets need to be shared. Between two worlds, let the haters hate. New beginnings are in store for you. There's going to be a surprising twist at the end. Moving on to greatness. Because someone is not happy. Liberating yourself and in awe. Moving out from conflicting, drama-seeking perspective. They will do anything for this. They triggered their ego. They triggered their ego so bad that they want you. Okay, so I'm going to go back because what I titled my video was titled while I was being triggered, obviously, right? So I'm going to change the title of it. Where is it? I have to do it now because I forget and I don't want that. I don't want it. So what did I say? Oh, justice. Their lies failed. There's one just now. You made them grow. So I said, wow, triggered. Let me back up, detach, and walk away. Oh, it's not too bad, right? From what is toxic to my true soul's path. That was the reading. But what I said originally, and that's why I was stopped from doing it, because it was negative. I said the original, let's see, get the fuck out of my father's house. Whoa, triggered. Let me back up and detach away and walk away. That was what I originally posted, so that's not good. And then I put above it, lessons from a cat, seeing lessons in a cat box. I like that. It's funny, but that wouldn't have grabbed the attention, right? So grab your attention in a way that's not negative, that's offering hope or giving the same counsel that you got, right? Don't try and talk yourself out of what you felt. It doesn't matter what, if you're not getting the whole thing, or if there's something going on behind the scenes, or somebody's lying about something and you're only getting partial. You know what you felt, and stick with what your intuition is telling you, right? Okay, I'll leave it then. I'll leave it at that. Works for me. So this stone from Prosperity Farms, which, oh, I was going to say, so what I saw on this truck was WAR, W-A-R. Obviously, They were the initials for whatever the business was, but all it said was war. It was a big black lifted truck and it said war. And I thought, man, I wouldn't want that toxic energy to follow my business everywhere it went, right? Think of a better name. Right now, I'm seeing a face in this rock. Can you see it? Let's see. Let me look at and see what I'm looking at first off. I'm seeing happiness with whatever you are. What are you? There's a big eye and there's a big smile. And there's a little white nose. What are you? See the big eye and the smile? See the smile? And his nose is a little bit white. Maybe that's his white tongue. Maybe this is a snake. He's a happy snake. Hi. Big smile. So when we were on the land and the kids were walking up and saying to me, what do you see in this rock? What do you see in this crystal? This was one of the stones that one of the little ones ran up and gave me after, right before I left. And you know, hold on. I do this all the time. There's colors, they're so beautiful when you lick, when they're wet, right? That's why people polish stones. I'll see other things in here. But right now it's a happy snake. That's one of your items. We've got Pinnochio, we've got this, and black Kyanite. Oh, I have to go offline, I forgot. I had my work line up. There we go. I don't want to be interrupted. Black Kyanite, and it was funny because after this whole thing went down this morning, and I knew it had triggered me, and I thought, ugh. I literally went into the shower, and it was funny because I just got into the shower and I was listening to another spiritual teacher, because it was a lesson for me, so it was a teacher. And the line that I heard just as I was stepping into the shower is, wow, you know, it feels awful, doesn't it? It feels like you've got just creeping icks stuck to you. Have a good shower and cleanse that away. And I thought that's exactly what I was doing. And I did a cleansing ritual with Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron. And then, yeah, man, I scrubbed myself off and got rid of all of that toxic goo that had stuck to me, right? And I asked to be rebalanced, and I asked for, because the person was saying to me that they were reading my mind, right? And I said, no, you're not reading my mind. I don't care who you are. And it might have just been, you know, no, it wasn't. It was said. So I'm trying to read you is what the person meant, right? I'm trying to read your reaction. I'm trying to read, because you're very outspoken, and you're going to give me a reaction, and by that I'll be able to read what you're thinking, right? And my thing is, I don't keep anything secret. I'm not a secretive person. I don't tell lies, and I don't pretend to be different people in order to get illicit information or try and get a reaction, which is what the person was trying to do, is get a reaction, right? Because if you get if they get you to react, then you are not in your highest element. They have control, and they're pulling your energy, which is what they want, right? Let you do the work and pull your energy. Or, and it doesn't even matter, because I've talked before about this, about how I had somebody else that spoke to me, and they asked me, you know, where did I get my degrees? How many degrees do I have, and where did I get them? And I said, I am a Reiki master. I'm a licensed Reiki master. I'm a dream analyst. I have a licensed dream analyst. And then I thought, who cares? And the person said, I care. And it's true. The world wants to see degrees, right? The world, but I'm not working for the world. I'm working for spirit, right? I don't need a freaking degree. It's kind of like when I was trying to move into Sedona in a little kind of tiny home, or I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what spirit had intended. And so I approached the Sedona bulletin board to ask people, right? And most of them are spiritual people on there. And I was literally attacked. I couldn't get over it. It was so vicious. And I said, wow. Like the message was, you know, we don't need any California hippies living off the land. You know, if you can't afford to come here and buy a house, you're not welcome here. And I'm like, you're not even from there. Almost nobody is from there, right? It's where everybody kind of comes. And I said, you all came for the same reason. And I said, this feeling does not feel like Sedona to me, right? And I said, if my father wants me to be in Sedona, I'll be in Sedona with not one penny. Somebody will ask me to watch their house for free. They will welcome me because they'll want my energy in that home. They'll want my cats. I won't have to ask if the cats can come. They'll want them, understanding that those are spirit guides, right? Believe me, I don't need, and I'm not, and no one said that I'm a homeless hippie just because I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm not, right? I don't freaking live for free. I take care of myself. No man takes care of me except for spirit. So it's the same thing, right? I'm thinking about, you could be a freaking huge leader with all these followers. You could be the president of the United States. You're still an imbecile, right? And you could be a great teacher, and you could have wonderful knowledge. You could have great gifts. But you're not a great teacher if you forget your place and you allow it to go to your head, right? Humility. Spirit wants us to be proud of our accomplishments. It's a healthy pride, proud of what we've been given, everything that we've been given. Be proud of your, treat yourself the way that you feel about yourself, right? Do your hair. Put your makeup on, ladies, if you wear it. Wear cute clothes. Present yourself put your best foot forward, because why shouldn't you? Present yourself. My dad said to me, I don't care how incredibly talented that carpenter is or the mechanic is. If he shows up to my house in a filthy, dirty, beat up truck, I don't want him to work for me. Because if that's how he takes care of his vehicle, that's how he works. And I don't want that in my environment. My father is extremely organized, very, very neat, right? But then I'm getting all kinds of side messages, but I won't continue on. So I was thinking about that cleansing, right? And so I sat down at my desk and I was kind of organizing things. I had a client waiting for me. And when I went to put something down, I don't know what it was that I set down, but it knocked my black kyanite cormorant. The cormorant, the bird, who I just can't get over how when they gave this to me, it's such a perfect cormorant. And I don't know how long you guys have followed my videos, but I saved a cormorant from the sea. Now this is a diving sea bird, right? I'm a human being. This bird was meant to dive in the ocean, and he's got wings, he can fly. But he was weak. They swallow pebbles in order to weight themselves down, because they're very buoyant, because they have to dive down and get their food, right? And sometimes they get stuck, and he got a pebble lodged in his throat here. It's kind of like you think about somebody not able to express themselves, right? Sammy, he's constantly, I'm saying, cough it up, cough it up. He's got fluid, he's got emotion, unexpressed emotion inside of him. And this cormorant was beautiful. I have videos of him and pictures of him on my page. But he was exhausted and weak, and he was being tumbled in the waves. And I watched from my perch up above. I have this little perch. I can't do it anymore. It's worn away. But I used to walk on this little tiny pathway, just a little, it was pretty gnarly, out to this precipice where it was just big enough to hold me. And I would do my readings. I don't know if you guys remember them up there in Carlsbad. And I was up there. It's about 250 feet at least in the air, right? And he was down being smashed in the waves. And I thought, okay, you know what? That doesn't look right. I understand they go under, but he's getting beaten with the waves. So I'm in my board shorts and my bathing suit top, and I go running down. I don't know how I just slid. I slid down the side of the sandy sand, and I don't know how I got. It was kind of dangerous because I ran across that little precipice, and it's not very big. But all I could think about was getting down to him, and I had a towel, and I ran down there, and he got up, and he got up onto the rocks, and he was trying to dry his wings, and he let me get incredibly close. I mean, he obviously was extremely weak. He knew I was there to help him. I've always worked with the animals, right? And I talked to him for quite a while, gained his confidence, and then I kind of moved forward. And he let me. I put my towel wrapped around him, and I climbed up. I don't know how. I do know how. Spirit carried me up, because literally how I got up that I slid down. How I got back up with both my hands unable to be used, carrying this cormorant all the way to the top. Spirit did it. It's the same way as they carried me up to the top of, Keyhole Cave when they sent me in Sedona the last time. I flagged down a trucker and his wife, and she offered, they were awesome, because there was we stood there for a few minutes as I held him, and I was giving him Reiki the whole time, and to calm him. He struggled a little bit, but not too much. He was so weak. And we called all of the places, and there were no humane societies or animal sanctuaries that were open. It was Sunday. And the closest one, I said, I know of one in San Marcos. So 45 minutes, you know, I said, can you drive my car? I didn't expect her to take her gas. Her husband said, go, go. It was really nice. She came with me, and I've told this story, so I won't go do the whole detail. But I basically got to the door, banged on the door, and the girl said, sorry, we're closed, and shut the, and I said, excuse me, you know, no. I just drove 45 minutes with this seabird, and you're an animal sanctuary. You're not going to freaking close the door on me. He needs help. And I was crying, of course. I'm covered in sand. And she's like, that's a psycho, right? Song right now. She's a little bit psycho. And I said, find somebody. And I was praying and crying. And I said, you know, I didn't drive all the way here with this bird so that you could tell me, come back tomorrow. So this big man, big bear of a man walks out the side door. And he sees me over there. And he says, what's going on? And I told him. And he says, well, we're closed on. And I said, seriously? And so he goes, okay. So he takes him. I think he couldn't handle a woman crying. He could have handled, but you know, if I wasn't crying, he probably would have been a lot better. But if, I mean, he wouldn't have been as good. I just got a message about that, you know. Sometimes it's your strong, you intimidate people and they don't want to work with you. That's okay. Sometimes I need to be strong, right? But that day I was strong and crying at the same time because no one was going to turn this bird away. I didn't know how to save it at that time. So, I mean, I was doing Reiki. I probably could have done my job, but I knew there was something wrong. So he goes, all right. So he takes him inside and he comes back out and he goes, you know, I don't know. He's not going to do very, I mean, he's pretty weak. And I said, no. He goes, he's almost gone. And I said, no, he's relaxed. I've been doing Reiki on him. And he doesn't know what Reiki is, right? For the last 45 minutes. I said, just go check on him. So he goes, okay. So he goes back in for 15 minutes and he comes back out and he goes, wow. He goes, we put him on a drip, you know, to hydrate him. And he says he had a pebble stuck in his throat, so he wasn't able to eat. So he was extremely weak. And he goes, he's fluttering all around in there. You know, I don't know. He's pepped back up. And I said, yeah, well, you know, I told you he was just relaxed. So I know who that cormorant represents. The cormorant, the detached. The cormorant's message is also telling you, you know, they're the ones that, because they are fishermen, they are owned by others, and they put rings around their neck, and they make them go down and fish. There, you can see his eyes even. And they're not allowed to keep anything that they catch. And so the cormorant's message is, you will dive down deep into your emotional waters, and you will emerge safe and sound. And don't be working for others and not taking what is yours, right? And don't be doing their work. We're not here in the business to save people. I'm not going to go knocking on your door like I did when I was a little kid. You know, that's what I thought I had to do. No, I'm not here to save you. I'm here to shine my light, do my work, do my job. And if you choose to listen to that and listen to the messages that I'm able to show you and teach through my animal messengers and the way Spirit teaches me, then you'll join in as one of the United Collective, right? Just one light in the string of many. Always remembering our place. So clearly I was kicked, that was highlighted, right, for me. And I saw the cormorant, I understood. And there's two sides to this cormorant. There's the newbie, right? Young buck. And what did I say this morning? I saw in the cat litter pan, there was a puppy, and I said, you got a lot to learn, puppy, right? You've got a lot to learn. Just because you've awakened doesn't mean you're not going to awaken again. And the more we think we know, the less we know. That's literally the truth. The more we learn and figure out, the more we realize there's so much more we don't know. So it's two sides of one coin. My message is too, right? I don't know it all either. So there you are, the newbie on one side, and there you are, wizened, right? The wizard. Now you've got gray in your feathers, right? Those are lessons. So this will be another one of our totem messengers. Will be one of our items to choose from. So we've got Pinnochio. We'll give him earth signs since he's carved out of wood. The rock is a snake, which is transformation. I just heard rehabilitation in my head, but regeneration and the Kundalini awakening. So we're going to give you fire element because of the Kundalini. The cormorant is air. No, the cormorant's water element. Okay? Song right now, I've only got one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. I'll do all right song. And I don't care what anybody else has to say. My power's turned on. My light is strong. I'm going to put the words to this in the song. Maybe we'll look it up. So who do we say? We're going to give you water. And then I found this. Remember I keep talking about, I love the calendars where you can tear off the pages and they've got a positive affirmation. This was my mom's. I just found it and it got wet inside one of the storage units, but it's okay. I dried it out. It still works, right? So this is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Daily Teachings, The Secret. So every day, and it is, right? It doesn't have a date, which I think is awesome. It has the day, Monday, and so Mom didn't tear them out, which is awesome because then I get to use them. So what's the day today? Anyone know? Isn't it Tuesday? I think it is. So Tuesday says, to change your life fast, use gratitude to shift your energy. When you put all of your energy into gratitude, you will see miracles take place in your life. To change things quickly, commit to writing 100 things that you're grateful for each day until you see the change and feel the gratitude. Your power is in the feeling that you put into the words of gratitude. Feeling's really important. So I'm going to keep this on my desk along with Erica's Leading with Love. So now you have your items to choose from, or the elements, whichever way you want to do it, whichever thing floats your boat. Like I said, if you want to do it according to zodiac sign, you can. I have all of the zodiac signs in me, so I take all the messages that we have. This will be air element because of the knowledge and the written word. Earth element. Fire element. Water element. Okay? Now everything's shifted according to who goes in which order. So Leading with Love, my girlfriend Erica gave me this inspirational book for spiritual activists. I freaking love it. So today, I open up to, do we do both sides? One side. Which side? Left or right? Right. Aware of suffering and injustice, I, Sherry, am working to create a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world. I promise for the benefit of all to practice self-care, mindfulness, healing, and joy. I vow to not burn out. So in order to not burn out, you got to practice self-care, self-love, right? And I was just speaking with one of my soul family members on my Facebook because of a post that I shared. And it was about, I'm trying to see which state it was while we figure out which deck we want to work with. Really? No. I didn't want to do that one either. Okay, hold on a second. I was going to say kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I don't want to kill any birds with any stone. Oh, my baby girl. My baby girl, I just videotaped my Willow, and she went into her little cat bed that she was terrified to go into for the last freaking year. She's finally in it. Where is it? Okay. The House Village for Homeless Women to open in Seattle. Tri-state area. It's such a beautiful area. And the last coat of paint, the extra care cleaning, and even the teamwork. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm going to bring it and show it to you guys. This is such a great idea. And one of my friends said that I want to see this for, seniors. And my comment was, it's on the way. Because we're already shifting things right now. I'll read to you what I said. Gina, okay. I said, we will have them soon. This world is changing and we will be living more as part of a community. The spiritual communities are already forming this. And we are, right? I've got a lot of plans in my head about being on the land and teaching the kids and being part of a spiritual community. So can you guys see? I'll try to make it bigger. So they show, I mean, they're not big. There's just, here they're cleaning them up, getting it ready. So they've got a bed. Look at them there. Basically the size of somebody's shed, right? But they're all clean, they're all neat. And they're getting people off the street. All clean, all neat, getting people off the street. Now My tiny house makes me think of what a real community does to create a community. When the first group moves in tomorrow, they'll be greeted by hanging baskets on their porches, a supply full of toiletries, a warm bed, and hand-painted front door. Oh, beautiful lotuses. The low-income housing will offer transitional housing for 20 women, including same-sex couples, women who are pregnant, postpartum seniors. Drugs and alcohol will not be allowed. Will be allowed. What? Drugs and alcohol will be allowed, but not in public places. When they come into their new homes, hopefully they're going to feel really cared for because the community is really caring for these women. It's beautiful, and it's fenced in, and it's safe. It's beautiful. And they were also showing, I saw other communities like this for women, abused women and their children. And I'm just like, this is the way it's supposed to be. Right? This is the way it's supposed to be. It takes a village to raise a child, right? So, onward we go with our messages. I'm going to plug my computers back in. I want to put on my whale sounds. I've got the wind sounds outside, but I'd like the whale sounds. Sorry, I know. So I guess we'll start with the deck that's in front of me since it's right here and I won't take as much time to do it. The deck that's in front of me is Crystal Angels, which works for me because you guys know how much I love crystals, right? How healing and powerful they are. This morning I was told to pick up my protective crystal. And so black kyanite, every healer, every shaman should have because it keeps us protected from psychic attacks. Okay. You know my pitcher plant, my carnivorous plant that eats gnats? It's the little shamrocks have grown up really tall and they're leaning out. Just lifted out of the water. Look at my own little piece of forest right here. Freaking love it. And the little moss. It's called fairy moss. Did you know that? I used to have to buy it at the nursery for my ponds that I had throughout my property in Canada until I realized I could go get it out of the ditch where the duckweed was. Correct for neutrality on all levels. You can you have a little biosphere and the water is very clear if you've got the proper plants in there. And I was watching, I don't know, somewhere in Los Angeles. They opened a big, it's a hotel with their first freshwater self-sustaining non-chlorine pool. And it was just like that. It's like diving into a fresh, clean lake. And I thought, that looks like my little ponds. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. I've asked for permission from my friend Eden to share with you she has a beautiful property, sanctuary, such as a place that I was talking about, but it's her family's, and then they invite people in for classes. Both of them, her husband is a shaman and a teacher, and so is she. He was a Wall Street, big guy on Wall Street, and embraced his spiritual life and does that full time. And they have wolf dogs and 2 little adorable children, and they just are building a dome, like a dome on their property for ceremony, and it's incredible. The property's incredible and their dome is incredible, and so it was under construction and I saw pictures of it, and so I asked her if I could have permission to share the pictures, but I haven't been given permission yet. But it just, see, it's all, so I won't share them because they're on her personal page. But and there might be people in there that, you know, I mean, I don't know, pictures, sometimes people don't want their pictures to be seen. I don't know why, but I'm just thinking it just keeps coming around and around, right? As opposed to having an ashram with 125 followers, wouldn't it be nice to have just a sanctuary with light family all coming together to learn and share and give thanks? That's my idea of the way it's gonna be, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the secret, the secret teachings. There are 2 kinds of people. Those who say, I will believe it when I see it, And those who say, to see it, I know I must believe it. And that's how you manifest. Amber. Personal messages. Amber. So I asked my girlfriend, and I'll have to send another message again. I don't think I got a message back. There was an amber ring in my girlfriend Diane's antique and collectibles store, and I held it in my hand forever, and I didn't get it that trip because I didn't have a lot of money that trip, and I was having to be careful. I'd spent a long time that I wasn't working. And it just keeps coming back around that I need amber. And amber is talking to you at this moment and saying, give it to God. Amber is a resin. I'm just going to go with what I'm reading here. Isn't she cute? She's happy. Her crown is covered in flowers and crystals. And she's literally got a kingdom on top of her crown, but of course she would, right? And there's butterflies flying from her hair. She's got fairy dust and angel orbs flying all around her. She's an enlightened being. She's a rainbow child. Oh, is she? And amber is a resin from a tree, and the woodpecker goes and pecks on the tree because they're looking for food. They're looking for grubs, right? And if it's too hard, you know, they're not going to spend their time banging their head against a wall, so they go do something else, and then they come back, and the resin that has fallen down has caught the bugs, and then they get their food, which is kind of like what we're doing with spirit, right? If it's not working in this particular area, go away and do something different. Allow it to, you know, just flow, and come back and see what spirit has got waiting for you, right? You might have caught something you need, or maybe you found something better going in a different direction. She's holding the rainbow in her hands. The rainbow starts and begins with you. The rainbow is a promise of good things after a difficult time, and that's the truth of the matter. Some people think that they have to see it to believe it. Some people say, no, I believe it to see it. So if the rainbow begins and ends with me, I choose my reality, and I create my destiny. You know, when I'm rhyming, I'm inspired, I'm being channeled. So Spirit says, give it to our Father, Mother. Take in a deep breath and exhale and release the situation to Spirit. It's very windy today. Blow it away. Send it off on the four winds and allow it to go to Spirit in order to have the situation be healed or get the answers that you need. That's what Amber is saying to you. So do I go deeper? Yes. Yes? Do I go deeper with this particular card, or do you want me to just to ask a different message? I mean, ask for a different message from a different source? Okay. Different source. Wow, I don't have anything in there? Have you guys seen my my cool little cabinet? I love this. It holds my decks. It was for my trailer. And I thought, open up the bottom one. I went to open up the top one, and I heard, no, open up this one. But when I opened it up, there was nothing in there. So what does that mean? I was supposed to take it deeper. Oh, okay. I was supposed to take it deeper. So what we're going to do, oops, sorry, I'm going to move you this way. We're going to go to, I'm going to scan the amber, the meaning, the spiritual meaning of amber, and see what it is that Spirit wants me to bring out. Amber absorbs stale or stagnant energy, and it transforms them into pure white light, positive energy. It stimulates your own body's mechanisms, or oh, this is good, I need this for Liger, in order to help it heal itself. That's what we're gonna leave it at that. That's what I needed to know. So I'm going to call Diane again and see if she has that amber ring anymore. First time I saw amber was in when I was in the Yucatan Peninsula, and I was burning it. I was burning it as incense, copal, and that's an amber resin. Woo, that one. Okay, we're gonna go to copal is the most amazing. Oh, scent and amazing. We're gonna go where? What? I'm such a neat freak. I am OCD neat. I put my kyanite away where it belongs, and I couldn't figure out what we had next. Stop putting things away so quickly. Message. Stop putting things away so quickly. Stop putting things away so quickly. So there's my little drawer was empty because I took something out of it, used it, and I didn't put it back in the right drawer. Or maybe I chose to add something to my, because I work with specific decks every single day. It makes life easier for me. Ah, excellent. So I wanted to get to one of my decks that was in this deep drawer, and so I put a deck in there to hold it up, one that I wasn't using often. But so before I go to kyanite, I just put them back again. Ask and it is given. It's basically, they're telling me, you've got a drawer that's empty there. I love this. So these are the same author well, it's not the same author. Rhonda Byrne wrote The Secret, but it was Abraham Hicks that was what I started, and my mother. We used to go to Abraham Hicks meetings, and that's how I learned about The Secret, right? Through Abraham. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What's interesting about Abraham is she is a channel, and she has many different spirit coming through her, and she does it like me, which I think is interesting, because I those people that speak in tongues and they don't know what they're saying, and it sounds like, a man's coming out of a woman's voice. Not into that for me. That freaks me out. But she just spoke like a regular human being. She's just listening to the energy spirits giving her, which is what I do, right? And at very first, when my mom wanted me to listen to them, because she calls Abraham them, because it's coming from so many others, right? Her name is Esther Hicks, but Abraham is what I guess her channeling name is, and because comes through Abraham, and it terrified me. It did. So something you're not used to, or something you're not comfortable with, at first, and now it's what I do. Okay. I can gradually change my vibrational frequency. There's no thought that you cannot change. 3 doves just flew by. There's no place that you can't eventually reach from exactly where you are. But you cannot instantly jump to the thought that has a vibrational frequency that's very different from the thoughts that you're usually thinking, right? Like what I was thinking about the fact that this person was channeling. Well, I grew up, watching these people that spoke in tongues and rolled around the floor and their eyes rolled back in their head, and I'm thinking, no thanks, right? So you can't, maybe you're in one spot and somebody else has not got to that spot yet, and you can't expect them to jump, right? And you can't jump and shift your frequency, and you might be at the state that you are and believing what you are believing at this time, and maybe in 10 years from now you'll be understanding and believing things in a different way. But right now, this is where you are. You can gradually change your frequency, however. It is natural for my body to be well. You don't have to think specific thoughts about your body, but you have to not think negative thoughts about your body, right? If you could never think again about your body, and instead just think pleasant thoughts, your body would reclaim its natural sense of balance and wellness, right? Thoughts are things. They shape our reality. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Now we go to a drink, because right now, with all these shifts and downloads and talking, I'm very dehydrated. We have to stay very hydrated while our third eye is expanding. Make sure that you have alkaline water at the very least. Mmm. Yum. I got tons of chia seeds in there. Yum. Okay. For those who chose the Cormorant, the two sides of the Cormorant, I do. I love this. Or water element. Calcite. I just had calcite in my hand. Yellow calcite. This is yellow calcite too. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh, it's right here. It's in Groot's head. I've got jars and bowls and piles of calcite and crystals. This is yellow calcite. It's very dull because my mom kept these calcites along with the rose quartz in her drinking water at all times to absorb. And calcite's actually quite soluble, and it started to fade. Oh, look at the little yellow bird. Oh my God, wait. It's a yellow bird when I look at it this way. It's an angel now. Look at her. Look at her wings. Nice. It's my mom showing up. So, busy times and multitasking, says Calcite. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Sometimes people keep themselves moving, and it's a false sense of forward movement. And it's just keeping them busy so that they don't have to think about something, so they don't have to do something, so they don't have to look at something, right? It's a false sense of forward movement. You're actually not moving forward. You're just keeping yourself busy. Just what are you avoiding by getting busy, right? And what are you getting busy doing? This is blue calcite and green calcite. Whoops. Okay, so what's going on here with this angel? Calcite. If I had known how to save a life, I would have stayed all night. But remember, we can't save anybody. We can't save anybody. We can be supportive and we can be an example, but we can't save anybody. We put too much pressure on ourselves by doing that. So at this time, this person is burdened, right? If I could save a life, it's a burden that they aren't supposed to carry. It's not theirs to carry. They aren't God. And Calcite says that you're juggling multiple responsibilities, clearly. You're multitasking. You're busy. It's stressing you out. Your health has been strained. This person is dealing with somebody else that's got a health concern, or maybe someone that committed suicide. I would have stayed all night if I could have saved a life. It isn't up to you to save somebody's life. If somebody commits suicide, that was their life choice. It wasn't yours. And it would have happened regardless of you. It's not your fault and it's not your responsibility. It hurts and it's painful. So obviously your health would be strained. Your emotional state would be very much affected. And Spirit says, don't try to handle it all by yourself. Spirit's here to help you. You don't have to handle this all by yourself. I said to my client yesterday, this guy's a big businessman, right? And very successful. And he's the top guy that everybody goes to. And very gentle, very kind, very loving person. He's got a girlfriend that he likes, and she's a chronic sick person. She's one of those people who, is a professional sick person. That's how she gets her attention. She's an emotional manipulator. He loves her, but I said, what about you? Who takes care of you? You're taking care of her constantly. Has it ever crossed her mind to ask how you're doing? And forget about her. What about yourself? You work all the time. I said, as an emperor, you're not going to be down there digging the ditch, are you? And he goes, no. And I said, of course not. You hire somebody to do that. You're taking care of other things. You're at a higher level, right? Spirit's at a higher level, right? And I said, you can manifest that done for you. You don't even have to do it. And it doesn't mean lazy. It doesn't mean, you know, get your minions to do your work. It just means you don't have to do anything and everything at the same time. And right now, Spirit's asking for you not to do anything. They're saying, honestly, can you assess why you are doing what you're doing? It's time to take charge of your own schedule, be your own schedule maker, enlist the help of others, and ask Spirit, ask family. I mean, it doesn't have to be a high up. It can be within the family. It can be in a relationship. It can be just yourself, yourself, like me and my 3 cats, right? Spirit's like, you're tired. Look, it's gonna be months before you get your normal face back, because you've been so depleted and so exhausted. And we know what you need. We'll work with you if you will understand that you're going to be taken care of. You don't have to stress about it. If you're tired, take a break. Let us handle it, you know, or ask us how to bring it in. You know, I'd prefer to have private readings, and I can schedule them in, and it'd be better than sitting and waiting on the phone for the calls, right? Not to mention, that's just straight teaching, and I love it, whereas the callers are, you know, mostly toxic. So you ask, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the side work I do, but I would prefer teaching, right? So, or even just a break. So gifts, right? If anybody would like help with the dream analysis, with private, why do I always start with that? Dreams are so important, probably because I need to sleep. Pay attention to your dreams right now as well. Dream analysis. I'm a Reiki master. I go to my webpage, www.theangelswhisper.com. I'm very connected to Spirit, and I love working with my animal messengers and with my crystals and with music, and I love working with everyone and all of my guides. And I would be happy to work on behalf of yourself, your higher self, and Spirit. If I can help you, I would be honored. So I would say to Spirit, this is what I would prefer, right? And then just leave it to them to figure it out. I don't have to go beat down the doors. I've learned and been taught for a very long time. I know the gifts that I have, and I'm able to share them. So I'm confident in that, and I'm confident in the fact that I've got a spiritual team that handles what it is that I need. So you're being asked to do the same. Can you release something that you're doing? Is there something that you're doing too much? Remember how I used to have a Sunday read? I would have a reading every single day and Sunday. I was going so much that I couldn't do anything else, because Sunday was devoted to that, and it had to be done. And I thought, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, right? I'll do it when I can fit it in, and when I'm inspired. And they don't have to be hour readings. I can just do what I did this morning, and you know, I got that message. And how long was that reading? 8 minutes and 57 seconds. And it doesn't need to be a lot. Sometimes less is more, right? So this is what Spirit's asking. And Calcite can help you do this, right? It can help you do this. So one way that you can help yourself, if you are an empathic person, you're obviously going to be naturally wanting to help as many people. It's just the way it is. Giving, kind, generous person. So you need to have boundaries. You need to strike up boundaries. You need to have firm boundaries, strong boundaries, and people need to understand, you know, when they're making inappropriate requests for something from you. You know, I get a lot of people that write to me, and I'll give them quite a bit of information all the time, because this is my path. I love doing it. But then after a while, it gets to be a bit much, and it's like, you know, I do this for a living. This is what I do for a living. And I did a reading with someone, and it went, you know, an hour over. And it was like, well, I said, you know, at 30 minutes that, you know, we should probably stop. But we didn't, did we? We went another hour. So it needs to be, you know, I said, I hate to make this business, but this is what I do for a living as well. So next time I'll be more consciously aware of the clock and ask if you want to continue, right? So that would be me being more conscientious as well and aware, and then also making sure that I respect my own boundaries. And this is about not feeling obligated. This is about what you should do for another. When you do something because of obligation or pressure or guilt, it's not a gift. It's actually a curse. The energy you're giving is very, very negative. So it'd be best if you didn't at all. So also, remember I said that guy's girlfriend was, she's a drama monger. And that's kind of the message here, is that this is a message of drama addiction, where you have a pattern of possibly, and look, I chose this item, right? of choosing situations that are going to bring about drama. So don't do it. That's what they said. That triggered me. Detach, walk away. What's the point? Why are you going there? Why are you doing that? I'm not going to change somebody's way of thinking, right? Is it if you feel like you're doing everything, because there could be her, she gets her attention by being a professional sick person, but he also gets his attention by being a martyr, right? And no one asked you to be a martyr. So do you get kind of like a rush, a self-important, you know, that you're the only one that can do this? You know, I'm the one, I'm doing this, that, and the other, and I've got this, and I've got that. And, you know, do you feel that you have to? You don't have to do that. And you're just burdening yourself unnecessarily. And you are making yourself and affirming yourself as a martyr. No one asked you to be a martyr. It's not attractive, you know? So it's also telling you that there's going to be busy times, and multitasking is the title. So it's possibly going to be quite busy for you soon. So you're going to have to think about your health. You're going to have to think about, you know, scheduling things, or when you get up or when you go to sleep, and make sure that you're keeping your body in the optimal health so that you're able to handle the onslaught of what's about to come. Maybe it's going to be good, right? But you're still going to be exhausted. Sometimes, you know, it rains or it pours, right? Or it's drought. It was always kind of that way in the construction business. It's either feast or famine. So while it's famine, you know, take care of yourself, you know, make sure that while it's feast, you're saving what you need so that you can, when it gets lean again, you don't have to stress. And then you can take advantage of that slower time to allow your body to recharge and build up, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Cormorant, whoop, that was quick. My slightest improvement is of such great value, right? One step at a time makes all your dreams come true. There's a tremendous value when you are able to deliberately cause even the slightest improvement in the way you feel. For even in that small emotional improvement, you may have regained a measure of control. As you do, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about how, you know, about saving people. We can barely control our own lives. So if you're able to maintain a measure of control, that's awesome. It makes you feel, well, you're not feeling powerless, right? You're controlling something. So you can go back up as you trek your way back up the emotional scale, it's not only possible, but it's relatively easy to do this now because you're seeing it from a different perspective. I keep looking at this. It doesn't matter. I shuffle, 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 and this keeps coming to the top. We are all co-creators within a diverse universe. Co-creators. We are not one be-all, end-all. We are not a leader. You are not the master, and I'm your follower. We are one spoke in the wheel. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the charming snake, the snake charmer, the healing snake, the happy snake. I'm also seeing something else. Hold on. Only because my daughter loved it. What is that? Nightmare on Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. Who am I looking at? Who is it that I'm seeing? I'm seeing the man, right? I am. I'm seeing the man. Whoever he is. I don't know the movie, but that's who I'm seeing. I'm seeing the groom. Can you see him? How interesting. Let's go see Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton. Tim, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Troy's older brother. Dark fantasy film. Written and conceived by Tim Burton. Follows the misadventures of Jack Skellington, Halloween Town's beloved Pumpkin King, who has become bored with the same annual routine of frightening people in the real world. When Jack accidentally stumbles on a Christmas town, all bright colors and warm spirits, he gets a new lease on life. He plots to bring Christmas under his control by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role. But Jack soon discovers that even the best laid plans of mice and skeleton men can go seriously awry. Skeleton men. Mice and skeleton men. Interesting. That made me think of something else. There's a series on TV called Lucifer, And it is Lucifer, who was raised by his father to be Satan, and he escaped from there. He didn't want to go back, and he didn't want to live that life. He wanted to do something good. And I thought, even Satan can release himself, because really it's just an energy, right? It's just a dark energy. I choose to be something different. It was quite interesting. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Made me think of this guy. Jack Skellington. Even the best laid plans of mice and skeleton men go awry. All right, now we go to the wooden boy, which is earth element, right? I better put you away, because I'm going to think you're part of this. And I know you're not. Okay. That. No. We already did the wooden boy, didn't we? We're doing the snake. Rubelite. Passion and purpose. Rubelite. I don't even know this one. Passion. What are you passionate about? What is your purpose? Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that is dear to your heart. Well, I told you guys, I've got all these ideas. They keep coming, they keep multiplying. They all have to do with the land. They all have to do with spiritual community. I have so many, I haven't let them out because Spirit told me to keep a lot of my ideas under wraps right now. But I've got so many plans, and really good, they just keep coming, more and more ideas that should be put into effect, that will be put into effect. We'll figure out how to do it. And so Spirit's asking you, well, what is it that you're passionate about? What is your purpose? What is it that you want to direct your purposeful energy towards? Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that is dear to your heart. So what is this project that you have? I know what mine is, right? I'm asking, so I guess that's what I'm meant to do right now. And here's your message too. Ask Spirit to make this a reality. I'm asking Spirit to make this a reality. You know what I want. I've said it for a very long time. I want to teach on the land. I want to walk the land and do walking land tours. It'd be really cool if it was my own land, right? I mean, I don't have to own it, but if it was my own land where I stayed, and I could do that and connect. So it's definitely talking that you're passionate about something. There's something in your life, and it's part of your life purpose. That's why you're so passionate about it. You're on a spiritual page, right? So your calling is your purpose. It's like Steve Martin in The Jerk. What's my purpose? I need to find my purpose. Your purpose is, and I said yesterday to somebody, you know, so many people, that man that I talked about that was such a high businessman, and he's very emotional, and his father has passed, and he asks me to ask his father things, and could you tell my dad? And I said, you can tell your dad. I said, you don't need me to talk to your dad. I mean, I can get messages and tell you what he's saying right now, but you can talk to your dad, and you can learn how to hear what he has to say too. Work with the animal messengers and pay attention to the songs that come on. And when you think about him, what pops into your mind? Pops into your mind because you're connecting with your dad. That's who you're talking to. So I said, he said, I just want my dad to be proud of me. You know, isn't that interesting? I was raised by my stepfather, and I was raised, I just wanted him to be proud of me. So I was the best Jehovah's Witness little girl he ever could possibly ask for. And yet my life's purpose is very different than his. We disagree on it. And yet I still want him to be proud of me, right? Isn't that interesting? That you still want, but because that's your parent. So he wanted his father to be proud of him. And he says, I just want to get to this. I just want to get this done. And I said, your dad's talking right now. And I said, he's telling you, you need to be proud of yourself. You're already doing it. What more do you want? You're very successful. You make a lot of money. You help a lot of people. You're very kind. You're very generous, but you're running yourself into the ground. Who and what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove, and to who? Your dad? Your dad's telling you right now, I'm proud of you. You need to be proud of yourself, and you need to give yourself a break. You're burning yourself out. You don't have to kill yourself. So with your purpose and your passion, it should be something that gives you energy, makes you feel enthusiastic and happy and fun, and brings a light to your life. Your calling is asking you to devote your time to what your passion is. What is it that you're passionate about? It may not be the job that you're in. Maybe you're not quite sure how I'm supposed to do this, like me. I don't know how to get that done. I've got an idea for something, and I have no freaking clue how to do it. It's really a big deal, actually, this one thing that I want to do, and we really need it as a spiritual community. So You may ask, how can I complete that? I'm asking, how can I get that done? How can I make that happen? And your passion, when you're passionate about something, you don't hold back. Somebody said to me in one of my posts, well, I'm not like you. I know who it was. Oh, this is for you. This is wonderful. What's her name? Her name is Sherilyn. My name is Sherilyn. Sherilyn. And she made a comment on something that I had posted. Waterfalls. Let me go to her page. I'll share it with you. This is great. She's going to love this. Oh, I always spell it wrong. That's why. Sherilyn. There we go. I'll go to her page. She's in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, where my soul family lives. And let me find it. Oh. Okay, so she put something up about waterfalls. Everybody knows I love waterfalls. My Uncle Phil and I, we go waterfall hunting. And so she posted, she shares all my stuff. Oh, here it is. 11 Wisconsin hikes that lead straight to waterfalls. And I said, Uncle Phil is a waterfall hunter. And she goes, really? And I said, yep, right, Uncle Phil? Now, he hasn't responded yet. He's been off doing gigs. But she put it on her bucket list. And we were talking about something to do with Reiki. Because I'm a Reiki master, and she does Reiki too. And she talked about wanting to have something happen with women. Remember how I just said that we need to do this? I talked about it in my last Soul Family meetup, how we need to do this. We need to get these groups together in different areas. Spirit uses me as a satellite. And she said something like, I don't know where it is right now. It might have been on my post. I don't know if it's on her page or mine. But she said, I'm not like you. I'm quite shy. I'm not quite as bold as you are. And yet, you don't have to be as bold as I am. Because when you're passionate about something, you're going to speak about it. Is this it? Oh, I love that. I told her to start adding my spiritual friends, and I'm seeing that she's got lots of them on there. This is how we grow our community, right? Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. I love to see this. I'm going down, I'm seeing, yay! It's my soul family all connecting together. Yay! That's what we're supposed to do, right? I'm a connector. I'm a channel, and I'm a connector. I like this. This is good. This is part of what I want to do, right? But she was saying that she didn't think she could do it because she wasn't, she's quite shy. And she was talking about Reiki. I'm pretty sure, no, she was talking about ley lines and grids. And I was talking about how I was supposed to go on the farm and close that portal if it was a negative portal, and make a grid for the property. And I said, talk to Troy. He knows all about that. When I first started talking to him, that's what we spoke about, was grids and ley lines. It was important. And she's like, real quiet, and she says, I can't talk about this. And I said, go to the Red Oak. He likes it. And all you really need to do is talk to one person. And when you talk to somebody about something that they like, that they're excited about, they want to talk about it. Troy's shy too. But when you talk to him about something that's important to him, he's not shy, right? So it's the same thing. Your passion is going to give you the natural ability to speak up and give you the strength and courage to speak up when maybe you wouldn't normally have that, right? So when it matters, and Ramona just said the other day how was it yesterday? She saw something and abuse, I think, and she posted something on her wall. She was quite passionate about it. I like this. I'm using all my soul family. This is pretty cool. And she was very impassioned because of what had happened. Something, it lit a fire under her. And so she said she wanted to, here it is. Wait. She wanted to do what I was saying. And I'm thinking, it's happening more and more. All we need to do is talk about it to make it happen. She was talking about young women, the indigenous, the American Indian women that are going missing. There's a lot of them. They just go missing. And she says, here's something I want to say and hope that all my Facebook friends see in this and understand where I'm coming from, especially since these wicked harassment decided to enter my life. I'm going to somehow try and put together a healing group of women. This is amazing. I love this. I love to see this after, we had that soul family meetup, and this is just what I asked for. And there's so many of us that want to do this. That will also fight if they have for their right to be who they are as healers, to fight for their rights as women in our planet. I was talking to, anyway, she goes on about talking to certain people and even the small children. So now she got fired up and she was saying, my precious friend, Sharon Alder, Sherry Columbus, and a few others are a few I know, few strong women who are for women and not against women. I admire them for their courage to stand up for what is much needed today and forever. And even if the future is perfect for us, I know that we will always need to make sure that our place in humanity stands beside our male population and not below. I'm calling for a change. I'm calling on all of the strong women I know, have for friends, and more if you choose, to help me pull together a support group and eventually a place to go for strength building and learn how to protect yourselves from the negativity and some of the male population even right now. Something is not right with this trend. We need to understand that it is happening. We need to be prepared to protect our female babies too. What did I just say? Women and children, right? And raise them and teach them how to survive this horrible thing happening. For those who are willing, let's talk. Inbox me. Also, I'm definitely and want to make this clear, not wanting to harm the male population. I just want to help them understand that these negative and horrible crimes against women will no longer be tolerated. And I said, this is one of the many ideas I have had also. I have spoken about it for myself. I'm more geared towards not only the moms, but moms and kids together, meeting up to teach the young ones what we were never taught, or at least a few were. Taught to respect themselves, the land, the animals, and understand how to shield and protect themselves. Communicate with spirit, learn about how to use their gifts, not hide them, etc. Many ideas. I see it being done all over. I have many ideas I want to put into effect. And she says, me too. Sharon came. I'm honored that you are lifting us up together. In being one's true essence, all become equal, all sisters, indigenous peoples, two-spirited, and all animal, bird and fish, kingdoms, are all part of the circle of life. Certain factions, especially male, took over the circle, venerating themselves and disrespecting others, putting them down, or not allowing them in the circle. Men do that to men as well, okay? I have participated in and facilitated sacred circles and women's circles for 35 years, found myself, higher self, divine essence of being, and remained true to it all of my life. I'm sidetracked into raising my grandson and really miss the support circles I had when my son was young. Why don't you take your grandson with you, right? He's supposed to be there. The first circle I've been in for a year and a half was 7 of us sitting around a table. So this is what needs to happen. Ramona, thank you, Sharon. I'm honored too. Have you as a friend, and Sherry too. Hopefully my sister will join the circle and others like us. Thank you. So this is what we're supposed to do. This may not be your passion and your purpose, but Ramona was fired up in order to, it caused her to speak out. It caused her to get courage, maybe to ask for funding, maybe to ask for the land. Give me the land to set this up, to start this happening, right? And when you're passionate about something, you create posts like this. You create a blog. Maybe you need to just get a blog, videos like I'm doing right now, right? Spend time doing the research on what it is that you want to bring about, and pray to your guides and your heavenly team and ask, for assistance in whatever it is that you need. Take the classes that maybe you would need to brush up on for certain skills. In order to get the information that you need, also you got to devote your time and your energy to this. And of course, if it's your passion, it's not difficult to do. My work, I don't have to. It's different than when I was a hairstylist. I was really good at what I did. I had a great job, made a lot of money, had a huge clientele, but it was a drag having to get up and go and work there. This is not a drag for me, and it is not something that I turn off when the clock stops. My work hours. I live this. This is my life. It's my passion. So when you're passionate about something, it's not that difficult, right? Networking, taking classes, interviewing people, connecting with people, getting yourself prepared. So just make sure that what we talked about when we first started was, how you can get a false sense of forward movement by, oh yeah, I just got to get all, do all this, and you just don't ever get going on it. Get going on it. You could have a lot of great ideas. It doesn't help anybody if they stay in your head, right? You got to do something about it. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose the healing snake, of course, healing snake, right? So many think that snake, came down and tempted Eve to do something horrible, when in all reality, the snake was saying, I have much wisdom to give you, much wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm looking at in the light? Its teeth, where it smiles, it's all crystals in there. Crystal teeth. Oh, and there's crystals around its eyes. That white line, that's crystals. I couldn't see, that's why the little one brought it to me. It's green and it's got red in it. Oh, and it's got crystals all through it. Yay. I'm going to tag Serenity in this. One of her little ones gave me this. Crystal eyes and crystal teeth. Nice. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose the beautiful crystal healing snake. My attention to it invites it in. If I give attention, remember, attention goes where energy goes where attention flows. I'm not going to waste my time being upset or triggered by something, because then I'm inviting that crap into my life. I don't want that. I wash that all off my body. I'm not going to engage in that, right? So I blocked the person, or I didn't block them. I unfollowed them and deleted them from I don't even know that I like LinkedIn. You know, I'm not really about business, but I mean, obviously I have to have it, I suppose. I don't know. But the message is, my attention to it invites it in. If I'm not looking at it, if I'm not paying attention to it, it isn't there. It's the same thing with fear. And fear is the root cause of anything that goes wrong, right? Even health in your body. If I don't give attention to that, if I don't focus my attention on that, it doesn't grow. It doesn't manifest. So every thought that you give your attention to becomes bigger, expands like a balloon, right? And it becomes part of your vibrational mix. I don't want that. What did I say to that person? I said, because I wrote the whole conversation here. Maybe did I say it to him? Well, I said we can agree to disagree, but this is not something I want to be a part of, right? It's not part of my vibrational frequency or my path. I don't want anything to do with that. So I'm not going to give it attention. So whether it's a thought about something that you don't want, it's the same thing as it's actually easier to manifest something negative than it is to manifest something positive, because our attention is going to something. If we're preoccupied with something negative and our attention is focused upon that, and we talk about it and we tell others about it, we bring it to being, right? We keep it alive. Something could be dead, overdone, not even dealing with that. I'm not going to fight with you. It's like, that's what I tried to say to this person. You know, this is where we need to agree to disagree. That should have been the end. There should be no fight with that, right? That's the end of that, but it wasn't. It continued. So when that happens, don't give your attention to it. I don't wish to continue this. So again, it's talking about boundaries, right? Respecting your own boundaries and paying attention to what you're thinking and paying attention to what you talk about. Now, if I talk about this community, coming together and classes and meetups on the land and walking the land and finding your animal messengers and teaching the children about the crystals and enlightening the children that they don't have to be afraid of their gifts, but actually can use their gifts to benefit their life and teach them how to protect themselves. I talk about this. The more I talk about it, the more it builds, the more it grows. People are now being infected, right? And it's expanding. And that day, the last time we did the Soul Family Meetup, I said, you know, send love to everyone. Start naming people's names. And I sent love to everyone. My exes, the ones who hurt me. And it was interesting. It was a healing that took place, because as I said the names of the ones, you don't know sometimes the people that you have, or situations or events that you have a trigger on, that you have a charge on. When I started to say the names, my body started to cry at names that I was shocked. I was like, wow, I didn't even know I had a charge on that. It might not have been that I had a charge, but it meant that there was a cord maybe wrapped around me from that person, and Spirit had just said, cut cords with your ex. And I'm like, who? Well, when I said that person's name, my body started to cry. That one. There was a negative cord somehow there, right? So my attention to that brings it in. So don't bring your attention to that. Cut cords, detach from that situation. What you want to manifest, the more you talk about it, the bigger it'll grow. So that day I was saying, you know, send love to Devin, send love to Elise, send love to Jacob, send love to Sherry, and then I started saying last names. I just started naming people. And people were, you know, sending hearts and yay, yay, yay. And I said, say it. And I'm sure they were saying it at home in their head. And I said, write it down, put it here so everyone can see it. And as soon as the names started appearing where we all could see it, love to this one, love to that one, and everybody, then it was like it started, my solar plexus and my heart chakra was just spinning, because I was sending love, and we all were, to those people. And when we send love to those people, it's a mutual exchange. Love is healing both the ones who send it and the ones who are receiving it. And it was, and then I said, if you're not friends with, because I started talking, Cheryl was talking about, Sherilyn, how, you know, I'm not as bold as you, and I don't know that many people, and she lives in a small town that I lived in. My soul family lives there. I know a lot of people there. And I said, if you don't know this person, add them. If you don't know this person, add them. If you don't know this person, add them. And I named them all. They're spiritual people too. Go to them. And I didn't name my and I'll tell you now, if you're watching, Ginny, add my friend Ginny. Add her, right? Add Tamara and John Waite. I mean, there's so many people. And then, like I said, to go down and look at this, look at my friends list and see why they're friends of mine. Are they there because they're spiritual people? Were they there because of the community? You know, the music community? Were there? I allowed people to be added on my page because so many were just coming for Spirit's message. But if I see something that's not in line with spirituality, they're gone, right? So I probably should do a weeding out on my page. It's just, there's a lot of people. So it was really great to see that my soul family is connecting with one another. We're all family, right? All right, so for those who chose the secret teachings, negative thoughts are not who you are. Your true nature is all good. So if by chance a negative thought comes, say to yourself, these thoughts are not mine and they don't belong with me. I'm all good and I have only good thoughts for myself and everyone else. Now you're speaking the truth. See, this is messages to myself too. Now, this is what you want to think. But when you do connect and you are connected to someone that is not in the same vibrational frequency, or you're not in alignment, I've done my work to get to this place. I'm not going to backslide because you're not doing your work. I'm not staying there, right? If you want to elevate to my position, that's great. And I don't mean elevate as in I'm high above everyone else. I mean, I work hard to keep my vibrational frequency up, right? And if you're not doing that, it's not in my highest good. I'm not going to hang out down there in a lower vibrational frequency. Stress, worry, and anxiety simply come from projecting your thoughts into the future and imagining something bad. This is focusing on what you don't want. If you find that your mind is projecting into the future in a negative way, focus intensely on now. Keep bringing yourself back to the present. Use all of your will and focus in mind in this very moment, because in this moment now there is utter peace. Yes. All right. So for those who chose the secret teachings, exploring alternatives. That's what I just got. Exploring alternatives. I like that. Oh, I did say that to him. I don't know too many yogis who hang out on LinkedIn sending messages to people, but hey, I'm not into cults. I was raised in one. Like I said, we'll have to agree to disagree. This isn't my lifestyle. I wish you well on your journey, but it seems like you've already been there and back. Woo! Okay. Dolomite. Oh man, this is really freaking cool. I keep being taken back to Sturgeon Bay. Dolomite. They have Dolomite cliffs. I have Dolomite hearts on my patio. Do you want to see them? Yeah, you want to see them. My girlfriend Diane sent me a box of rocks. She goes, you want me to send a box of rocks? Do you know how expensive that'll be? And I said, they're not just rocks, they're important rocks. These are the first rocks that I got when I first landed there. I thought I was there on a vacation at that time, but I ended up living there. This is Dolomite. They got the Dolomite cliffs. Now let's see in the light. Can I? Yes, there's sparkles in it. This is from the Great Lake. Ooh, there's shells inside, right in here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. There's a crystal cluster right in there. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I've got little ones too. Got them over there. But this is Dolomite in its raw form. And Dolomite right here is saying to stay strong, like this rock, right? Stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset, which is what we just read in the messages, right? Do you see him? What do you see? Interesting. He changed. I keep being shown the dolphin, but this one is not a dolphin. This one is a whale. Let me find it. I saw this the other day. Is there a dolphin whale? A dolphin whale. Is there? A dolphin whale hybrid. Crossbreed. There is a dolphin whale. Interesting. Is a dolphin a type of whale? Whales are divided into two groups. Baleen whales, mystic toothed whales. Dolphins are toothed whales. And the largest dolphin is the orca, generally mistaken for a whale due to its name, killer whale. Oh my God! I am the killer whale. I'm from Canada, right? And the killer whale is the one that keeps coming to me. I grew up with the killer whales. And my spiritual twin is a sea puppy, which is the dolphin. And I'm from, forget him, this is about me. I have a giant mermaid on my stomach. I come from Atlantis. I am the mermaiden of the forest, right? This is freaking awesome. I keep seeing a dolphin. I keep seeing the dolphin. Bottlenose dolphin is what most understand, right? Dolphins are, a related family to dolphins are porpoises. Toothed whale dolphins are toothed whales, and the largest dolphin is the orca. Wow. Differences between whales and dolphins. I didn't know this. Did you guys know this? Dolphins always remind us to play. It's important to play. They know the importance of play and relax to manifest. You must be relaxed and happy and light. It lifts your vibration. Listen to what am I listening to? We are listening to the out to the whales and the dolphins in the background right now. I've been connecting with them constantly. And this is amazing. Hold on, let me close a couple hundred of these windows. Got so many of these windows open. That's a message. Close some of your windows on the computer, right? There's some that you shouldn't have a part of. So people use the term dolphin and porpoise and whale to describe the marine mammals belonging to the order of large sea creatures. They often use them incorrectly. Whales are divided into two groups, the baleen whales, the toothed whales, and the main difference between them is that the baleen have baleen and they blow holes, two blowholes, while toothed whales have teeth and one blowhole. Dolphins are toothed whales, and the largest dolphin is the orca, generally mistaken for the whale due to its name, killer whale. Related to the family, a related family to dolphins are porpoises. People often confuse dolphins and porpoises, but there's a difference to look out for. Their faces, teeth, fins, and figures. Dolphins tend to have prominent, elongated beaks and cone-shaped teeth, while porpoises have smaller mouths and spade-shaped teeth. The dolphin's hook or curved dorsal fin in the middle of the back also differs from the porpoise's triangular dorsal fin. A dolphin's body is lean and a porpoise body is rounded. Oh my God, of course you're lean. Dolphins are more talkative than porpoises. Dolphins make whistling sounds through their blowholes to communicate with one another underwater. Wow, this morning when I had that discussion, I got a message about what they gave me. They showed it to me right away from my own pictures. I was looking for a picture to put to one of my posts, and they pulled up the bull elk, and they said when they're angry they make a sound. It's reminiscent of a call and a whistle at the same time. Beware, that one's pissed. That's interesting. So this dolphin, right? Whistling sounds through their blowholes to communicate with one another underwater. Scientists are pretty sure porpoises don't do this. Some may think it's due to structural differences in their blowhole. How interesting. Did you know? Did you know that a dolphin and a killer whale are the same family? And I keep seeing the dolphins, not the porpoises, and Spirit keeps talking about the dolphins. So what I want to look at really quick is, let me see if they will differentiate. They don't. That's interesting. The dolphin and porpoise animal totem and symbolism. So they're both about emotion and change and play, right? but they don't separate them. I find that interesting because I said, is there a porpoise? Ooh, there is. Of course, the natives will bring it up, but it's only very small. Porpoise, okay, they're putting them together. The dolphin clan, the Alaskan tribe, Dally porpoises, no. Whales, porpoises were hunted. Are you going to give us the term? Porpoise woman, Haida. Porpoise woman, Haida. I know you guys, some of you, I don't know. I mean, you guys can always fast forward. But this is how I get my information, and this is how Spirit leads me, and I don't question it. I just go. So you can fast forward if you want to get to your, just the message itself. The Haida are one of the indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest coast of North America. A woman associated with frogs and volcanoes and her husband, Bear God, arrived at the homeland of the Haida. Interesting. Haida Strai, the Aboriginal tribe of the Haida, the nation still unable to reach a formal treaty agreement with the government of British Columbia. That's where I'm from. Okay, I knew this was taking me home. Wow. The Haida tribe. Known for their art and architecture. They decorated utilitarian objects with depictions of supernatural and other beings in highly conventionalized style. They also produced elaborate totem poles with carved and painted crests. This is what I grew up with, the Haida. Maybe it's Haida Indian. It means the old name for Novibor, meaning islands of the Haida, formerly the Queen Charlotte Islands. Ah, so that's interesting. Interesting that we're talking about the West Coast when these are on the East Coast, right? Porpoise woman. Interesting. I'm getting messages. They'll probably continue to come. Okay. So we kind of got a little sidetracked, but it all has to do with your message if you chose this item, because that's how Spirit pulls us away. Dolomite. So this dolomite was important for me, right? And when Spirit talks to me, everywhere I go, they drop hearts for me. Everywhere I go. On my paths in Sedona, I've got heart rocks all over my patio from everywhere. Sedona, Wisconsin, everywhere I've been, everywhere I go, Idlewild, I'm given hearts because Spirit's telling me that I'm loved everywhere I go, and I'm also to remember to be loving. So have faith. Your faith and your strong faith is what is going to make this situation turn about in a positive way or a negative way. You're meant to trust your inner guidance, whatever it is. You're meant to feel your way, right? You're meant to follow your heart, because your intuition is telling you that, no, your intuition, Spirit is telling you that the strength that is you is built on your strong connection and your trusting of your intuition, and that you don't think before following it. You follow it. There's a reason. I understand that. So Spirit's telling you to honor your feelings. Honor your feelings, what feels right to you as well. It might be okay for them. That might be your way of doing things. It's not right for my soul's path, right? Some people teach in church and they're wonderful people, and that's what they're calling. And that's not how I teach, and it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. It's not in alignment with my soul's path. Right? So you stand true to what your soul's path is. We can all agree to disagree. Just because we disagree doesn't mean we have to hate each other, right? I can't be pulled away in a negative, ooh, there's a little tiny spider on this one, a little red one. I'm going to take it outside because I don't want it to get squished. Hold on. Spider represents mother. Mother company, a mother, red, angry, passionate. Spider is about creation, right? So you're being told, your message in this, you're being told to stay and hold firm to what you're feeling, what you're trusting, what your intuition is telling you. And this is your internal compass. This is your guidance. You need to trust your guidance. I'm being taken to certain things for certain reasons. I didn't know. I didn't realize that the killer whale and the dolphin are the same family. They're both dolphins. I didn't know that. We sing the same song, right? And isn't it interesting how Spirit leads us? You know, everyone you meet for a reason. That situation. And what I got this morning was, even, I posted it on my page. Lord, I hope it doesn't take me too long to find it. Even your, and somebody else, when I was thinking about that, somebody liked it. So it referred me back to my own post. And the message was, even your challengers, even the people who betray you are part of the master plan. Because there's something that you're going to be taught, right? I was led to a certain thing, and there's a reason that this person is in your life. What are you learning from this? Whether it's bad or good, right? You're learning something. Something's coming of this. So right now, Spirit says, you just stay focused on your internal compass. You will get where you're supposed to go if you trust in your intuition and stay focused on your compass. Keep your mind and heart filled with faith, right? Strong in your faith. And as I say to my clients all the time, don't try to figure it out logically. It doesn't make sense logically because Spirit isn't logical. So don't waste your time and your energy trying to, and don't be anxious or upset or stressed out because it's not logical. That doesn't make sense. Why did you do that? Why are you doing this? Don't even bother. You're wasting your energy and you're wasting your time. Just stay on your path, right? Keep positive, focus on that part, and that connection is done. It did whatever it was needed at that moment, right? That's what I needed. So what do you do? This color is pink, love, right? So love is, what would love say? What would love do? How would love behave? Surround yourself with gentle music, positive thinking thoughts. Whatever you read, let it be positive. Whatever you speak, let it be positive. This is a soft pink. This is baby pink. So baby yourself, right? Baby yourself. Gentle. Be gentle with whatever you bring around you at this time. Gather with ones of like mind, right? Gather with that, whatever you need. If you're somebody that goes to church, that's where you go. If your church is outside where mine is, that's where you go, right? But your outcome is something that you do have a part in. Like we think, oh, well, I can't do anything about it. This is the way it's going to be, and that's the way it is. No, that's not true. We can have a positive effect on something if we hold a positive mindset. We have control over the way we think. We don't have to think angry and negative. So we can ask for help, stay positive as possible. So see, I got triggered this morning, right? And I thought, no, that doesn't work for me. That's not in alignment with what with my belief system. But we can agree to disagree. So I should not, well, I already did. Let me see. Leave it? Okay. Hold on. At the time, what I felt like I needed to do was protect myself, and it was keep myself away because I said things at a certain, and the boundary wasn't respected, right? And there's something else that I knew was going on as well, right? And so I chose to do what I did. So then am I second guessing myself? Let me ask, what? I'll ask my highest self. So, because I'm thinking about, we can agree to disagree. I don't hate the person. We can agree to disagree. I wish you well. What did I say? Blessings on your journey. I hope it goes well for you. It's just not my path. Correct for neutrality. And I don't have a charge on it right now, but I did have a charge on it earlier. Do I keep it things as they are? Yes, no. On LinkedIn, do I keep it as it is? Is it done what it's meant to have done? Do I keep the, how do I say that differently? Do I sever that connection? Do I keep that connection there on LinkedIn? Severed. Well, it's very clear. Yes. Okay. See, this is what happens with me. I'm so much of an empath. I start feeling like, we're all one, but we all have, some people have an agenda. So this is about keeping a positive mindset. Keep your surroundings as positive as possible. So, that would be doing that. Your boundaries have to be respected, right? I got to keep a positive boundary. That conflicts with what I believe. I don't, actually, it conflicts with what Spirit teaches me. Do not follow another man, right? Do not be a follower of anyone except for the light, right? I am supposed to follow my spiritually illuminated path, not a person. So it's a sign to stay strong with what you personally believe and have faith in what it is that you understand, what works for you, right? But often I'll think to myself, oh, I was too harsh, you know. Stick with your first intuition. Follow your gut. You know what you felt like. It felt wrong, right? If it felt wrong, it was wrong for me at that time. Maybe it'll be different later, but right now, no, it doesn't feel right. So we are not encouraging you to make an effort to control your thoughts, but instead to more or less guide your thoughts. Reaching for the way that you would like to feel is an easier way to hold your thoughts in vibrational alignment with that which you believe is good. So it's not about controlling my thoughts. It's about guiding them in a gentle place. Follow that spiritually illuminated path to love and healing and growth, right? Did you see my screen flash? Somebody just took a picture. Hey, big brother. I want to do another one just because they interrupted my train of thought. And I just look again. Even the people who betray you are part of the master plan. Correct for neutrality. Correct for neutrality. Woo! Two, boy. Little Boy Blue and Little Bo Peep. Little Boy Blue and Little Bo Peep. Okay. Little Boy Blue says, there's enough room for all ideas and experiences. Be flexible. From your non-physical perspective, you understood that there is room enough in this expansive universe for all manner of thought and experience. You had every intention of being deliberate about your own life purpose and your own creations, but you had no intentions of trying to control the creations of others. No, you can do whatever you want, right? You follow your path, I follow my path. If our paths may join, it is a beautiful thing. That's what Little Boy Blue said. Little Bo Peep says, behind my every desire is my desire to feel good. There is no desire that anyone holds for any other reason than that they believe that they will feel better in the achievement of it, whether it is a material object, a physical state of being, a relationship, a condition, or a circumstance. At the heart of every desire is the desire to feel good. All right. Song right now. I'll take that magnetic force of a man to be mine. Lover. I like this song. I love this song. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We're at 1 hour and 41 minutes. Wow, I thought that was going to be shorter. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll upload it right now.